It's a battle of the top two teams in the AFC West, as it'll be the Oakland Raiders taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. With that, let's get out to Southern California with the call from Los Angeles. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Today, it's a matchup between the Oakland Raiders and our home team. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field.
But with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top? He's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Running back. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, Span. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Going up top. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off inside the 5. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. Early in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Rashad Penny, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Switch. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd down, Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really...
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally... sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there, so that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, but it's going to be 2nd down. Yeah, the offensive starters here for the Raiders.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a 2nd win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ballgame.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Murray now being chased out left. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than the
rush coming, and he's taken down. Uchenna Nwosu make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. The quick slant caught. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Melvin Gordon with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as...
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Pushing his way through the 20. And he's taken down all the way inside the LA 10. A terrific run there by Penny. And even 70 yards. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. 2nd and 10. Well, the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are back within a single score. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
So here are the Chargers to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last. Oh, this is blocked. This is going the other way. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you've set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And he's going to go down again. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The Chargers getting set to go. First down, Murray. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Murray with a 3rd and long. He's going to air one out. It got his man complete. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 55 yards. That's a heck of a way to convert on 3rd and long, and he showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And that trust was justified because he went up and got the football and converted on a down. You shouldn't. 3rd and long like that, that's supposed to be an incompletion at the least.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He'll the intended receiver once again, but it'll be second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Murray again, 2nd and 10. Going up top for Miller. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
A final shot before half from Murray. Steps away to his left. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Murray. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Murray from midfield. He's got his man on the crossing route. 23 yards, the final tally. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. Throwing again on second down. Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now Murray again. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Let's go.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Span. It's caught. Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Quick throw into the hands of Hopkins out wide. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Now Rashad Penny, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Looking to throw. Span. And this is going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. Murray now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Murray now, 3rd and goal. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. An 18-yard touchdown grab. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff position?
Michael Basley lining up for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The Raiders on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third down and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We call that sack flush.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Nifty move by Gordon. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the he's
got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A big play there. 52 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago. When you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give it. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Back to throw. Span. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
I got one.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and 1. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And going deep for Hill. And this will be caught at the 30.
Holding offense.
So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And going deep for Hill. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for L.A. 54 yards. That one looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll drop the throw. They'll find Lindsey here. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Span, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers.
Oh, we got it. Good job, D. Good job, D. Mark 57.
22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber.
Let's go, Jesus. Let's go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Out. Here we go. Hey, Charlie. Get it.
They'll set up to throw. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points